you follow up with both of them. Those were awesome. I put a few things together, just some notes, just some funny stories and things that I can think of. Hopefully I can make it through. As you can imagine, growing up with my mom, who had schizoaffective disorder and obsessive-compulsive disorder, it made life eventful. And by eventful, I mean every day was a surprise. You never knew if you were going to end up at church, a protest, or go on the merry-go-round. Sorry. Mom loved God with all her heart. She was the most genuine Christian I've ever met. She followed the Bible to the letter. I mean, she even bribed us when April and I were very young to read the Bible. Read a chapter, you get 10 cents. I'm not saying it was the most effective, but I do know a lot about the Bible, and we made it through most of it, even the kind of the boring parts where they're talking about, hey, this person is related to this person, you know? Her love for church sometimes took us to interesting places, like the time she made us protest outside of an adult bookstore.
Yes.
That was with Calvary Fellowship Baptist Church. There we were holding up signs about Jesus, and when a car drove by and a woman was hanging out the window and screaming, and she flashed us. Kind of in protest of our protest. April and I recall us thinking that was hilarious and laughing hysterically about that. I don't really recall what my mom's reaction to that incident was, but I'll bet you she prayed for that lady that night. She had this magical way of turning everyday things into adventures, like going to the Fairport Mardi Gras. We went every year. We would walk from the apartment down to the Mardi Gras. It was, I don't remember, 1.5 miles one way. She would say, do you guys want to ride the merry-go-round? And I think April and I were a little bit older than going on the merry-go-round at that time. We wanted to do the fast spinning rides. And so we would say, Mom, do you want to ride the merry-go-round? Because we already knew that she was the one. She would laugh, and then we would ride the ride. Because we didn't have a car, we would walk basically everywhere to get to church. Fellow church members would drive us to there too. That was great. I realize now, though, that those walks, going to those long walks to like the Mardi Gras and stuff, that was a way of spending time with us. They were special. No distractions. Just Mom, April, and I. And now they're sacred memories. Now, if you ever went anywhere with Mom, you knew 2 things. 1, it would take forever to leave. And 2, she had to have her purse. She always had her purse. That purse was like a black hole, and only God knew what was actually inside of it. Before we would leave the house, she would have to check the doors and windows, and she would repeat herself. It's locked, it's locked, it's locked, it's locked. The oven, it's off, it's off, it's off, it's off. It was like a sacred ritual, security ritual. It drove April and I crazy every time. Despite everything, she never gave up. She was mostly independent. Her parents, family, and friends helped as well. She held multiple jobs, leveraged government programs where she could. Funny thing about that is we were working through some of the burial procedures, or the cremation procedures and things, and the funeral home that she had been working with said somehow our mother circumvented the rules of Medicaid. I don't know. So she knew these programs in and out, and it was, I don't know. I thought that was funny. She rode the Lake Tran bus and always tried to live within her means. She didn't have a lot of money, but she made sure growing up we had experiences. Growing up, every weekend, we would visit her. We'd play card games, board games. She would take us roller skating. We'd walk to Blockbuster and rent a video. We'd even go to the theater, go bowling, all kinds of stuff like that. She made sure we had fun, even if it meant sacrificing her own comfort. That was her love language, just time and laughter. Even after growing up and moving away to Columbus to start my own life, family, she kept in touch. Like clockwork, every Sunday she would call, check in, see how things were going. We'd have a wide range of conversations that would typically last an hour. Sometimes talk about aliens and her thoughts on that and how it related to the Bible and religion and things and evolution and all the way down to health and what type of supplements you should take and things like that. One thing for sure though, she always reminded me that she loved me and she was praying for me and my family. Mom was persistent, she was faithful, she was hilarious, even when she didn't mean to be, and she was ours. Mom, thank you for the memories, the lessons, and the laughs. You were one of a kind, and while the world may still be flat, strange, and unreal, it's a little less bright without you. That was a saying she would always say. The world is strange, flat, and unreal. And as I get older, that seems to be more true every day.